Hey guys! So today we are doing my Boxycharm unboxing. So if you do not know, Boxycharm is a makeup subscription that is monthly, that you pay $21 a month for. You get normally 5 to 6 full-size items. You get products that are well over what is the price of the box. So if you have not signed up for Boxycharm, I will leave that link down below. But if you want to see what I got in my Boxycharm this month and see me put it on, which is why I have literally nothing on my face, then make sure you keep watching. So the first thing that I'm going to pull out is this eyeshadow palette from Pure Cosmetics. It is the Soiree Diaries and it is super cute. The package is kind of like this marbly look. So it does come with a nice size mirror, but here's what you mostly all care about, and this is the color selection. It is a very nice neutrally type of look, everyday wear. I do like that. Let's just swatch a couple. So whoop 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 whoop, one more, whoop whoop. They feel really nice, really creamy. Let's just put them onto the hands. So that is what the colors looked like. This one is, oops, that one is called Twinkle. This one is Snazzy. I don't know. I don't really care about swatches. Let's just say that. And then this one right here is Cosmo. So this one called Snazzy, when I blended it out, really went away. Not sure what that's about. So all I'm doing is taking my Benefits Cosmetics Boing Airbrush Concealer, and that is what I'm going to prime my eyes with. I really love this stuff. It is definitely airbrush, pretty good coverage. So I'm just going to go with a very neutral, everyday type of look. I'm not going to really smoke it out or anything. You do have some nice dark brown colors that you could smoke out with. So to set that, I'm going to take this shade called Mogul. Just take that onto my blending brush that did pick up a lot of color, and just take that and set that concealer, and woo, a little bit of kick up in the palette, but we're gonna set that concealer with that and it'll help it blend better. Now going into this shade called Gala. It is a very nice neutral brown. I'd say it's a little bit more on the cooler side, but just take that as the transition shade. That one has less kick up than the first shade that I used, and pretty sure it is a little less pigmented, but you can definitely build it up. And we're just blending that back and forth in windshield wiper motions and buffing it out as well. And the reason that I am doing my eyeshadow before I am doing my foundation and all of my face makeup is because you never really know, especially when it's a new palette, how much fallout there is going to be. So you want to kind of save yourself. One of my favorite mottos is work smarter, not harder, and that's kind of what we're doing now. So on camera, it's kind of picking up that shade. In person, it is definitely more noticeable. A really good subtle transition shade if that's what you're looking for, and you know, did the trick. I had a bug. How embarrassing. We're going to take the shade Splurge and put it into the crease and define that a little bit more. Bring it above a little bit of the crease as well. Just going back and forth. Define it just a little bit more. Give us a little bit of a better contour of the eyelid. And just go back and forth. I guess I'm kind of making a little bit of a V over here to give myself a guideline for when I use some darker shades. I do like that color that with the two of them gives me more of the crease that I want. So far, I do think that these shades are very blendable, and we're going to dip into the shade Snazzy, which is the one that I swatch. It's right here. And let's see how that one performs. That one we're keeping right in the crease. That's not the one. Okay, we're gonna use this one from e.l.f., which is definitely more of a, I think it's called the contour brush from e.l.f. That's the one that I need. So I can really tuck it in there. Not sure if I'm a fan of that shade. Made it a little patchy, so we're just going to take a really nice fluffy brush that's clean to blend all that out. So I'm going to wet my brush because I just really want this shade to shine, and it is called Twinkle. It is that one right there, and I just used my Milani setting spray. That one looks a little glittery. Definitely is some fallout with that, but totally pretty. I love that shade, and it's kind of like a coppery gold shade. I like that. I don't really have much in my collection that is like that. So dip back into, I didn't like Snazzy, so I'm going to use Epic, which is right next to it, to kind of deepen this corner like I was hoping for. And bring it just a little bit into the crease. And now use a clean blending brush. Like, honestly, a clean blending brush, a clean blending brush is an eyeshadow girl's best friend. You just always need one because it just is the deciding factor on how well your makeup is going to look when it comes to your eyeshadow, because nobody honks here. Only me. That's because I work in the city. So that's what's going to make it seem definitely airbrushed and pretty. Okay, so we are done with the eyes for at least right now. We will dip back into that palette when it comes to doing my under eye. So this palette does retail for, it says the boxy tip is to use the colors from the Oh, I get it. Okay. Oh, okay. So it says use the colors from the vertical row down. No. Starting, it's really hard to explain. So, at least for me. So, let me just say this. So, it's saying to use these ways to create looks. So when you look at the palette like that, that's absolutely genius because these colors do go so good together. So this would be your highlight shade for your eyebrow and probably your inner corners. And then that would be the crease shade, and then this would be your lid shade, and so on and so on and so on. Isn't that brilliant? When I'm looking at this, I think that those would be really pretty together. I don't think I would like that as a highlight shade on me. I don't know if you could see all that. Editing Danielle will tell us. Anyways, that was all the fallout that came from the shadows. But yeah, that's exciting. That's really cool. Okay, just because of that alone, like, I love it. But Snazzy, I didn't like on this eye, but it worked a lot better on that eye. It wasn't as patchy, so maybe it's my application. I don't really know. But anyways, we'll come back to that. I think that's a very fair price. So for, you get what, 12? Yeah, 12 shadows for $34. That is $2.83 per shadow, which is not a bad deal at all. So next we are going to move on to foundation. So, and why we're doing that is, I have fallout under my eyes. I'm just using my micellar water from Simple. Not a crazy amount of fallout, but definitely was there. Next, we are going to use this brush from Bareminerals for foundation. It is the Face Perfecting brush, and this retails for $28. What? So this patented makeup brush lets you adjust your foundation coverage by dropping by the drop for a perfect seamless foundation application. Okay, so that's kind of how you can tell, but right here is a hole. Ignore that cut on my finger. But can you tell? So what you're supposed to do is drop your foundation into the hole and then blend it onto your face. So what I'm going to be using, first let me get the hair out of my hoop earrings, is the Georgial Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I put about 1.5 drops in there. I don't know why I'm so nervous to do this, but what I think will work best is to still dot that around my face and then blend it out. Right off the bat, I feel like that just soaked up most of my foundation. And this is just such a small brush compared to the one that I normally put foundation on with. So it's gonna take me like twice as long. Honestly, if the brush was a little bit more dense, I think I would like that. I think if it was doubled in size, I would like that, because it takes me 5,000 years already to blend out my foundation, and this just added 5,000 more. It does give it a very pretty finish. It honestly feels like I have no foundation on at all. I'm just going to add just a little bit more for extra coverage on my cheeks. That's what I normally do anyways. Since the hole is so far down, I feel like it takes a while for the product to come back out, and I'm torn. I can't decide if I like this or not. So I'm just like, I didn't like it at first because it put a lot of little dots all over my face because there was still foundation in the hole, so it just kept applying more foundation. I don't know. It just didn't give me as good coverage as I would like. And I think that's mostly because this brush does soak up a lot. I feel like a lot more than normal. Can't really tell on the brush after I've used it. Now you can see the hole for sure. You can't really tell that you put foundation in there, so you can't see that it soaked it up like compared to my Luxie brush, but that's because those bristles are white and this one's black, so. But it did give it a very nice finish. I'm not that mad about it. So I'm going to go finish up some of my makeup and I will be right back. So I forgot to hit record and I started on my brows, so spoiler alert, this is it. This brow product retails for $18. It does not come with a spoolie, which I think is really weird. So I did look and see it comes with 0.003 ounces of product, and that is the same as the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. That's the same as the Colourpop one. So for those, the Colourpop one was like $6, and the Anastasia one I'm going to put on the screen, it might cost the same amount. I'm really impressed that I can talk and do my brows right now. They might not look good, but I can. It's like the Colourpop one where once it's out, so you really should be cautious of that when using this product because you don't want to smash it, especially if you're paying $18 for it and you smash like some of it, then that would suck. Now this color definitely is a pretty good shade match, honestly. Like, I don't mind it. I like it a lot more than I thought. What I think is really cool is that they put MAC into our Boxycharm this month. Like, I've always thought that MAC was just kind of its own little thing. It was MAC and then there was Sephora, which had a plethora of brands, and MAC just always seemed to not really care. I don't know, that might just be me. What others are doing or what other brands or companies are doing, and that's totally fine, but it just kind of seemed like they were secluded from everybody else. So I definitely think that it's awesome that it's in our Boxycharm, and then also they're in Ulta Beauty, which just makes it even that much cooler to see them kind of broadening their horizons maybe, or expanding and being a little bit more open-minded. I don't know, because I don't really see people talk about MAC that much anymore, and that's probably because when you go to MAC, you can only buy certain products that are of course from one brand. when you go to Sephora, you have so many options and different types of things, and the possibilities are endless. And same thing with Ulta, so it's really cool to see them in one of those. I actually think it's really cool to see them in Ulta more than Sephora, because I personally don't hear a lot of people talk about Ulta. It seems like Sephora just kind of like rules the roost in a sense. But anyways, I'm rambling. That was okay. That was good. That was the color Spiked, which I did like. It was a good match. I feel like my brows look killer right now. So let's just finish up the eyes. I'm really not honestly going to do much. I'm just going to take this shade Splurge and run it along my lash line. And that's seriously all I want to do. I think I just got somewhere it shouldn't be. Ah! I poked myself in the eye. Hopefully I don't have any bugs in my nose. Now, the only thing about this is there isn't really... A lot of people like shimmer highlight for their brow bone and for their corner, and this does not have that option at all. What I think will be really pretty... Let's try Moggle. I wish I could pronounce that properly. Underneath the brow, which that is pretty. I do like that. I don't always like shimmer under my brow because sometimes it catches the light wrong. And let's try Private Party, which is this one all the way on this end in the corner of the eye. Oh, I mean, that's not really that bad. I do enjoy that palette quite a bit actually, so thumbs up. Now on to something that makes me nervous, and it is a loose powder brush, and this is from Studio Makeup. This retails for $35. There is 0.24 ounces of product in here, and seriously, you will never run out of this stuff. I don't, like, that's a lot of blush. This is a really pretty color. It is in this shade, doesn't have a shade name, but it does say it's a luminous loose blush. That makes me nervous. A silky lightweight blush that gives a pop of healthy radiance to the cheeks. So it is a very pretty mauve-y shade, and you can kind of see them rolling around in there. I'm just going to take a little bit out, tap off some of the excess. It is kind of intimidating because it's loose powder, and if you put too much on, like, you're seriously going to ruin your makeup. So one thing that you can do is just take a brush with some setting powder on it to kind of tone it down. That's what I wanted to do. But the trick is, if you have this product or you have something similar to it, just go in very, very, very light-handed. So the last thing is this Colourpop Satin Lip. It is in the shade Little Stitious, and I actually do not own any satin lips. Just pulling that out of the bottom. The bottle already is different. This is a satin lip. Satin lips are different than their ultra matte, and they do not dry down. They are a little bit more creamy. This has turned a little bit sticky. I'm not really sure that I'm in love with this color. I think it would be prettier on different skin tones. In person, it's definitely a little bit more beetle pink, and it's definitely not as opaque as their normal matte lips that they have. So I don't really know, maybe it's this color specifically, not my general cup of tea, but I love Colourpop and it's $6, so you honestly cannot beat that. And that completes this look with my Boxycharm. Now I do have one more product, and this is not something that I can put on my face, but rather in my hair. I have been using it since I got the box, and it is the Briogeo. Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask. This is the travel size. They do have a full size, which I believe comes in a jar, and the travel size retails for $20. So this is supposed to be a weekly treatment to restore essential hydration and enhance hair's resilience to protect against future damage. And you're supposed to leave it in for 5 to 10 minutes. That's what the boxy tip says, but on here it says for 10 minutes, which I've used this product a couple of times. I used it a lot more probably than the recommended amount, but I was trying to figure out if I like the product or not. Now I will say, stick to the 10 minutes. What I found is that if you left it on for less than 10 minutes, I didn't notice that many benefits of the product. So I will say that, but other than that, like, it did work. It was really good at deep conditioning. It is sulfate free, paraben free, and silicone free, which are all things that I want in my hair care routine, and I'm trying to get all of my stuff along those lines. So I think that it's really cool. It's actually also 6 free, which means it has 3 other products. No artificial colors, no DEA, don't know what that is, and no phthalates, whatever. I don't know how to say it. I'll just put it on the screen. This is me again. And I just wanted to do some math because I did not talk about the box at the end of the video. Gentlemen, my shirt has changed. I'm filming this at a different time. So this box does retail for $141. I liked all of these products. The satin lip was probably my least favorite, honestly, and the brush was its runner-up. Other than that, all of these products were really good and definitely worked super well. Boxycharm used to amaze me. Also, this month's theme was Boxy Baddie. So yeah, that's it. That's all I gotta say. Bye. So that completes this video. If you enjoy these Boxycharm videos, then make sure that you give this a big thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I post every Tuesday and Thursday, and follow me on all of my social medias. The links are in the description box down below. Make sure that you enter my giveaway that is going on right now with 2 winners and some really super awesome prizes. You should go check that video out. I'll put it right there. And that is everything. Bye, guys. Work harder. No. Just took a random picture. I'll post that on Instagram so you can see what it looks like. What direction am I even going in? So make sure that you I already said that.